Morning, sunshine. I made Gracie breakfast and bad coffee. Thought you might need some too. Why would I think that? Well, because I was the DD last night and I feel hungover. You weren't wasted, sure, but I also know you. How many of your hangovers have I nursed you back from at this point? I should be able to count this for clinical hours, honestly. But what are best friends for? Eat. I'd love to say I never want to do that again, but I would be lying. Dance floor felt good last night, right? I think the jury's still out on your hips and their lying potential, but you do make for a good dance partner, I'll give you that. Okay, prima donna, check your ego. Look at that. I almost see clarity in those eyes of yours. Nurse Bestie strikes again. So, we ought to talk about last night. What about? Come on, bud, you're not that thick. Well, we were on the dance floor, the beat was sick, and you looked at me, and then you leaned in, and I don't say this as an assignment of blame or an accusation, but you kissed me, like I get how you managed to pull so far out of your league now kind of kiss. And to be clear, I didn't resist or pull away. It was a great kiss. But I want to check in with you, because in all 20 years of our friendship, oh gods, has it been 20 years? Fuck, I need to go have a lie down. I feel too old now. Existential worry aside, 20 years as your best friend, and you've never shown me an inkling that you had even the faintest stirrings of desire for another man. And this doesn't have to mean anything. A kiss can just be a kiss, and that's fucking rad. Just a moment between two friends on a dance floor where the music made everything feel floaty. It was a great kiss. You will have to explain to my future boyfriends why my standards are exceedingly high after that, but it was a kiss, that's all. However, I also know that you have a bone-deep aversion to introspection and are the epitome of Newton's law about inertia when it comes to change. You played soccer for 8 years despite hating it after the first because you didn't want to have to figure out what your new thing would be. So, I guess I'm trying to check in. You're your own favorite punching bag, and I am obligated as the reigning best friend for 2 decades to make sure this isn't a new point of attack. Sunshine, being unsure is the most normal reaction. I'd be shocked if you walked out here this morning feeling totally regular about everything. But I'm here if you need a sounding board or someone who has a long and storied history of this specific type of uncertainty. Well, do you think it was just me? We've known each other for years, have a joint certification in platonic cuddling, and I'm adorable. Who doesn't want to kiss me? You don't have to answer me just out loud. I'm just giving you questions to maybe help you think it over. Does the idea of kissing another man feel any sort of way to you? No is a valid answer. Maybe you just like casual affection. I do, obviously, or I wouldn't have kissed you back. What do I mean? Do you want me to be hopelessly in love with you so you can, like as not, break my heart? Newsflash, sunshine. I already love you. I'm just good at understanding that love means different things. If you suddenly realized you were madly in love with me, first I'd tell you to give it a couple of days and make sure it's not just an allergic reaction. But then, I'd be open to seeing if that could be something between us. But you'd still be my best friend, and that love wouldn't change whether we were romantically compatible or not. Hell, even if this isn't a romantic curiosity, if it's a purely physical one, I'm down to help you figure that out too. Why? Because I'm easy and have no standards. That's a joke. Because, as we've established, casual affection is something I believe in. And if I can be a safe space for you to figure things out, hell yeah. Because we know each other and have never had a problem saying what we want or feel. So, it would kind of make sense. Also, it's sort of an established thing. Like, sometimes it's a mutual curiosity, you know? Two people trying to figure themselves out, and they trust each other enough to do it together. Other times, like I said, it's about having a safe person. Someone you know is into that type of attraction or experience, and you trust them, so you reach out to them and try it. It's an okay route to take, is all I'm saying. And, like, if you want that and it feels all right and safe to explore with me, then my door's open. And it's a judgment-free zone. How are you feeling? Hey, as long as you're being kind to yourself through it, feel what you gotta. How did I know? Death by 1,000 cuts, I suppose. It was a lot of little things. Watching movies where the guy gets the girl, I never pictured myself in that situation. And I didn't, project myself onto the girl to imagine getting the guy myself. But because it wouldn't have been him wanting me. It wasn't a transitive idea in my head. But I'd listen to people talk about crushes and how that felt. And I realized I never once had anything remotely like a crush on a girl. Sure, I would have moments where I just really wanted to be their friend because they were cool and I liked talking to them. But I never wanted to be anything other than that with them. I mean, my parents have always been pretty emotionally expressive, so I guess I got lucky when it came to recognizing different feelings like that. But once I got a little older, it was easier to understand. I only got attracted to guys, only got turned on by guys, I guess. And I realized that if I thought about having a partner, it was another guy, I'd imagine. None of that may be true for you, though, right? Is any of it resonating? I don't get to tell you who you are, sunshine. Not in this way, at least. But I can listen to you and help figure it out if you want me to. Or I can just let it go for now, so long as you promise not to just bottle this up. Why don't you give me another take on that promise with maybe 15% more conviction? Just need a little more from you. Again. Good enough, I suppose. I just want to make sure you and I are good and on the same page. You owe me nothing. I have no demands or expectation from you other than you continuing to love yourself. Oh, and drinking water. I demand you drink more water. You want more food? I guess I can do that.